Yes. So this is sauté, that is fermented milk.
This is ugali.
Brown ugali.
Brown one. Yes.
Ready to present a narrative story entitled Moturi. Welcome.
Morena Shiana. Morena Gareke. So I'm going to give you a story. Negwada komuganira. Story. Negwada komuganira. So once upon a time, in a far land, there lived a man who was called Moturi. Let me tell you the meaning of Moturi, children. Do you know the meaning of Moturi? So Moturi means a blacksmith. A blacksmith is someone who makes things out of metal. Are you hearing, children? Yes. So Moturi was making things out of metal. And he had a wife who was called Wanjogo. The wife was called Wanjogo, and they lived together as a husband and wife. Now, one day, children, let me tell you, it happened that Moturi went for a journey far away, leaving the wife behind. Are you listening? And when he went away for a journey, behind him, he met a pregnant woman. Do you know who is a pregnant woman? Children. As a pregnant woman is a woman who is expecting a child. Are we together? Yes. And when he left a pregnant woman, the pregnant woman started suffering because she started feeling bad. She was getting sick. Imagine someone who is expecting a child and is sick and has no one to take him. Children, are you imagining that? So the woman was sad. The woman was getting sick. The woman was getting weak day by day. And then one day, the expectant mother was sitting lonely in the house, crying or weeping. Are we listening? And when this pregnant mother was just lonely in the house, it happened that there was a giant who was passing by the compound. And the giant heard the woman crying. Imagine a giant passing around the house. And even the giant is the one who is hearing the lonely woman in the house crying, an expectant mother. Can you imagine that, children? And imagine when the giant heard that, the giant, because he was up to no good, he went inside that house, but he was just a pretender. The giant what?
A pretender.
Yes, the giant was just there as a pretender. He went there and he started telling the woman that he's the one who is going to help her. That the husband is away. Imagine being helped by a giant. So the giant went there and pretended that he was taking care of the wife. And when he was taking care of the wife, the giant every day could come with some food. But because the giant was so greedy, he couldn't allow the wife to eat. He could pretend that he's feeding the wife. But children, let me tell you. You know what the giant was doing? He was taking a spoonful of food and trying to feed the giant and to feed the expectant woman. Just imagine. But the giant couldn't allow the expectant woman even to take a bite of the food that he was offering. So the woman became weaker. The woman was becoming thinner and thinner day by day. Let me tell you, children, God is good. God was still with that woman, and he was still protecting that woman because the woman was kind-hearted. Are we listening?
Yes.
So, one day, when the pregnant woman was just sad, and the giant was punishing the woman more and more, there was a bird which was flying nearby. Are you listening, children? And when the bird was moving nearby, it heard how the giant was mocking the pregnant woman. And you know what, children? The bird flew away until it reached where Moturi was working. Do you remember who is Moturi? Yes, who is Moturi? Yes, Moturi is the husband. So the man went there and started singing a song to Moturi. You want to hear the song? So the song was going like this. Moturi, Moturi, So, when the Moturi heard that song, it is the bird that took the message to Moturi. Are we understanding? Yes, so the Moturi, when he heard that, he left his tools. He left his tools and ran very fast to home. And remember that he had met an expectant woman. Are we listening? So Moturi came very fast. But when he reached at the homestead, he stood at the doorstep. And he heard how the giant was mocking the wife. Are we listening? So he entered the door very slowly and stabbed the back of the giant, and the giant fell down. And when he fell down, the husband went inside the house to take care of the lovely wife. And from there, he regretted his doings, and he said he will never again leave his family behind. He must be there to protect and take care of the family. And that's the end of my story.
Ombi langu utege sikioni, tukupashe yaliyojiri hapa kwenye Chingoni. Hamjambo wajukuu wangu.
Hamjambo nyanya. Shikamoo.
Marahaba. Mwonekana leo wakapanda mihindi, mihogo, minazi, kila aina ya mimea ambayo utajua wakapanda pale. Matunda nayo wakahakikisha hayakosi. Kila mwaka walipata mazao mengi, wakauza, wakapata pesa nyingi. Zile pesa walizitumia katika shughuli mbalimbali za pale shambani na kukimu mahitaji yao ya kila siku, na iliyosalia wakagawana nusu bila kuwekeana kinyongo. Haya mapenzi na huu mtindo ukaenda kwa muda. Lakini Bakari, nawe nilikwambia tuliza mwanangu. Utayasikia iliyojiri Bakari. Inaonekana mpe nyanya nafasi ya kuambia. Ikawa yule Mbuni rafiki yetu akaanza kuwa na wivu, akaanza kuwa na tamaa nyingi. Maria, subiri ujue kwa nini. Mimi nilipelekea kuwa na tamaa. Wa msimu fulani tu walipouza mazao, pesa walizopata, Mbuni ndiye alikuwa anaweka ile hazina. Akagawa yote, akajiwekea, akabakisha tu kiduchu cha sungura. Na hii ikaanza kuwa ni hulka mara kwa mara. Hadi ikafika mahali sungura akamwambia mwenzake, mbona wafanya hivi? Akaanza kulalamika, mwenzangu, usinitende haya, tumekuwa marafiki wa suhuba, mbona leo unakuwa hivi? Lakini Mbuni yaliingia sikio hili, yakitokea jingine hapo, ukabebwa na upepo. Hakusikia yeyote. Kuzidisha udhalimu wake, walipokuwa wanapika pale chakula chao chungu kimoja, Mbuni akawa mpishi hodari wa koroga, lakini anapopakua anajilimbikizia chote. Kisha naye sungura anapewa kidogo na anajifanya wewe ni mdogo, kuna kidogo, mimi mkubwa, nile jingi. Ikawa hilo kwa muda. Maskini sungura akamrai. Hata siku moja akamwimbia wimbo kumrai.
Rafiki kipenzi, umekuwa wangu wa dhati, mbona leo kigeugeu, nihurumie mie nafa. Woi rafiki kipenzi, umekuwa wangu wa dhati, mbona leo kigeugeu, nihurumie mie nafa.
Wimbo mtamu lakini wenye huzuni. Maskini sungura akamrai. Lakini hata zaidi ya hayo, licha ya hayo yote, yule rafiki yetu Mbuni hakusikia lolote. Mama wewe! Yule akaondoka. Sungura akamwa, itabidi nitafute usaidizi kwa wenzangu. Akaenda kule kwenye himaya ya Mfalme Simba, akakusanyika na wenzake pale, akawaeleza masaibu yake yote, nao wakapanga njama. Wataka kujua walifanya nini? Wakaamua wataandaa karamu kubwa, sherehe ya kufana, wapige mapochopocho haya yati hapa Uswahilini. Kama nini? Mihogo, nyama, mabuyu, hayo yote yakaandaliwa pale. Kisha siku ya sherehe wakahakikisha yule rafiki yetu Mbuni amefika. Mbuni alipofika tu, wanyama wote wakamvamia, wakaanza kumdona kichwani, wakamdona, wakavuta mikono, wakachukua miguu, kidona chake kikavuta. Maskini Mbuni akajaribu wakamsulubisha pale mtini, wakamfunga kwenye kamba, kisha wakaenda mno wakala chakula kitamu. Maskini mboni pale tu kudondoka na mate, hana namna ya kujitoa pale msalabani. Baada ya kukamilisha mlo wao na kuhisi vizuri, kila mmoja akachukua guna njia kuelekea nyumbani. Maskini mboni pale kabaki, woi woi rafiki kipenzi, jina sote, umekuwa wangu wa dhati, mbona leo kigeugeu, nihurumie mie nafa. Woi woi rafiki kipenzi, umekuwa wangu wa dhati, mbona leo kigeugeu, nihurumie mie nafa. Wote wakaondoka, mbele kabaki pole. Hadithi yetu ikaishia pale. Naye nyanya akasema, katika kila hadithi lazima tuwe na funzo la siku. Tumejifunza nini leo?
Tukaribie rafiki wetu, tudhamini urafiki wetu, tusiwe na tamaa, tutendee wenzetu ndivyo twataka kutendea.
In front of you is Reginald Kanyuku
Moui
from the Kalenjin community group, ready to present the origin of the Kalenjin. So,
sit back, relax, and enjoy yourselves.
welcome. Long ago, in the land of Nandi, people of Kenya, there was a brave man born in Samitu in Altai in 1860. This is the story of Koitalel Arab Samoy. Koitalel Arab Samoy was the last born of 4 sons and belonged to the Kaple Church 8-set group.
He was the closest to his father, Kimnyole Arab Turkat. He had a great ability compared to his brothers of understanding prophetic signs rather than his brothers.
When Koitalel was just 25 years old, he became the leader of the Nandi, which was an important job. He also had a special title known as Orikoyot, which made him both a spiritual leader and a political chief. The Nandi people believed that Orikoyot had a special understanding of prophetic signs and could share important messages with the people.
He had a great dream. He saw a black snake spitting fire and he knew this was a sign of trouble coming. Not long after that, the British colonial government came up with a big project called the Uganda-Kenya Railway. They wanted to build it through the Nandi land. Koitalel did not want strangers in his land, so he gathered his warriors and they fought back. Koitalel was a smart leader. He planned a surprise attack on the British colonial government and their workers. Koitalel, who didn't want strangers in his land, the Nandi people were strong fighters, even against the British colonial government, who had strong weapons and guns. They believed that they were strong and they were courageous. The ending was they were brave people, and they really believed in their God, and that's how they did it.
For about 12 years, the British could not catch Koitalel or the Nandi fighters. This sparked a sign of revenge and they would pay back. They planned a meeting and invited Koitalel and his warriors in order to make peace with them. In the middle of the meeting, the British started shooting at Koitalel and his warriors, and this was signed as a bad day to them. Unfortunately, Koitalel did not make it out alive, and only one of his warriors made it out alive to tell the tale of his tale.
This can stands as a lesson to us. We should really be courageous. Whatever we do, we should be brave because we are the future of tomorrow. Let's believe in ourselves and thank you.
Sumina atieno jabe.
Luo culture presents a narrative. Long time ago, when the Europeans used to call Africa the Black Continent, there lived a warrior. Can you guess his name? His name was Nandi Maran. Nandi Maran was a strong and brave warrior. Besides, he was tall and muscular. When he used to be called praise names like the Lion of the Jungle, the Rock, and the Spirit of the Land. Whenever he went to war with his fellow warriors, he would kill multitudes of enemies, making his clan well known for their superiority, not only by the surrounding clan members, but also beyond the hills and valleys. The enemies were helpless. The enemies were Nandi, because their attempts to kill Nandi Maran went to vain. So a plan B had to be drafted. Oh, they looked for a very beautiful, young-looking, intelligent woman so that they can give Maran. Maran fell into their trap by marrying the lady. One day, Maran fell ill. He was having a high fever. He was so sick that he couldn't complete his daily duties. Trusting his wife, he told her, "Cut my shadow and apply some medicine on it." As it was said, it was done. She was perplexed as she saw blood oozing out the shadow. "My mission is complete," she said. In the secrets of the night, she snuck out of Maran's house. She went to her motherland to expose the secrets of Nandi Maran. As she arrived, she was ululated by her motherland. And as they had the secret, they had to quickly prepare for war. The same night, they were ambushed. Nandi Maran's tribe was ambushed, but they could still fight. After a very long war, Nandi remembered, the shadow. When he came upon the shadow, he struck the shadow. Maran fell down. He fell down and he turned into a rock as the Nandi celebrated. The fellows had to surrender, and they sculptured his shadow for the generations to remember. Nandi Maran was a strong and brave warrior. Thank you.